when you do something, it starts to become a habit. When you're a loser, it becomes a habit. And that's been the case so far for Tyson. So what does he have here? What career does he have ahead of him? I'm 24 years old. I could take over the world. I could become the next Muhammad Ali at the rate this is going.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. And he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to win in devastating fashion. I think the people who are really experts at betting are rooting for me.
There's no restraints anymore. Which is even crazier. Don't think people know. You don't lose that much ability. You know, you have to understand who you're talking about.
And then the young guy, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, he got involved then.
When you get challenged by someone who's a guy like a Jake Paul, does that piss you off? It's kind of insulting. It's brave, it's bold of him, but it's like, Jesus Christ, there's levels to this world.
Have you heard the latest about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson's upcoming fight? Apparently, Paul's been running his mouth claiming he's gonna knock Tyson out with a single punch. I mean, that's some serious trash talk, especially when you're going up against a legend like Tyson. But that's not even the craziest part. According to some rumors, Paul's been throwing shade at Tyson's bald head too. Can you believe the audacity? It's like, dude, what does his hair have to do with his boxing skills? If these rumors are true, Paul's definitely crossed a line there. Rumors suggests Tyson is absolutely fuming behind the scenes about all the disrespect Jake Paul's been throwing his way. You know, with all those rumors about Paul saying he's gonna knock Tyson out with one punch and making fun of his bald head. Yeah, those. Tyson's not taking any of this lying down. He's supposedly been ranting to his friends and training partners about how Paul's crossed a line. This kid thinks he can just run his mouth and get away with it? He's got another thing coming, allegedly said Tyson. And if you thought that was intense, wait until you hear this. Rumor has it that Tyson's been pushing himself extra hard in training, like he's on a mission to prove a point. They say he's been hitting the bags harder than ever, sparring with a vengeance, and just generally looking like a man possessed. It's like he's channeling all that anger and frustration into his workouts, you know? But here's the crazy part. Some people are saying that Tyson's not just training to win the fight, but to teach Paul a lesson. Like, he wants to humble him in front of the whole world. Can you imagine? Mike Tyson, one of the greatest boxers of all time, coming out of retirement to put a loudmouth YouTuber in his place. I don't know about you, but I'll definitely be tuning in to see how this whole thing plays out. You know, fighting expert Joe Rogan has been ranting to anyone who will listen about how Paul crossed a line by insulting a legend like Mike Tyson. I mean, Joe's been saying stuff like, "You don't disrespect a guy like..." Joe Rogan lets out a hearty laugh as he begins to talk about Jake Paul's fight against Mike Tyson. You know, I've got to give it to Jake Paul. The guy's got some serious moxie for thinking he can step into the ring with Iron Mike. And you know what? He's probably got some decent pop in that left hand, Rogan allegedly said. I mean, I've seen some of his knockout videos. The kid knows how to throw a punch. He's got some power, he's got some speed, he's got some confidence. I can respect that. However, Rogan's tone quickly for destruction. Jake Paul might be able to knock out some YouTuber with a few good shots, but against Tyson, that's a whole different story.
There's not a fucking chance in hell that Jake Paul would survive against the Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier. You ever watch that fight?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Tyson fight, because that was Mike Tyson before he won the title. It was ABC Wide World of Sports, and Joe Frazier had been talking shit about Tyson, that he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson, and so he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution. And he was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody fucks with him. didn't maintain that form, and he wound up losing to Buster Douglas. And I look at fighters when they're in their absolute prime. Like, what have you ever seen that was better than this? And with Mike Tyson, I've never seen anybody better. I've never seen any fighter, even Ali in his prime, even Ali when he was Cassius Clay. I never saw anybody who looked like Mike Tyson in his prime.
Rogan's voice takes on a sad tone as he predicts the outcome. Look, Jake's going to try his best. I'm sure he'll come out swinging. But at the end of the day, he's going to get destroyed. Tyson's gonna see him coming a mile away. He's gonna take him apart with ease. It's like sending a novice grappler against a UFC champion. Jake's in over his head, allegedly said. Despite his reservations, Rogan can't help but admire Paul's bravery. You've got to respect Jake's willingness to put it all on the line, to take on a fighter of Tyson's caliber. It takes guts, it takes heart, it takes a willingness to learn from your mistakes. And I'm sure Jake will learn a lot from this fight, even if it is a loss. Some boxing experts and legends are totally trashing Jake Paul right now. Apparently, Floyd Mayweather himself came out and said that Paul's got no business stepping into the ring with a legend like Mike Tyson. He was like, this kid's gonna get schooled if he thinks he can take on Iron Mike. And it's not just Mayweather. A whole bunch of other big names in boxing are saying the same thing. They're all coming down hard on Paul, saying he's in way over his head and that he's gonna get knocked out faster than you can say YouTuber turned boxer. But get this, not everyone's counting Paul out. Anthony Joshua, that Anthony Joshua, actually thinks Paul might have a shot. He was quoted saying something like, "You can never underestimate the power of youth and determination. If Paul trains hard and stays focused, he could surprise a lot of people." Isn't that wild? I mean, when you've got someone like Joshua in your corner, maybe there's a glimmer of hope for Paul after all. But still, the majority of the boxing world seems to think this fight's gonna be a total mismatch. Looks like Paul is hungry, like ravenous, to completely obliterate Tyson's legacy in their potential boxing match.
Quote him. Holy shit, that's so terrifying. That's so terrifying.
According to some not confirmed rumors, Paul is so consumed by this desire to prove himself against the legendary Tyson that he's willing to go to any lengths necessary. They say he's been training non-stop, pushing himself to the brink, all in the name of being able to stand toe-to-toe with Iron Mike and come out on top. But here's the thing. Paul's alleged hunger to dethrone Tyson isn't just about winning a fight. No. The rumors suggest that he wants to completely shatter the myth surrounding Tyson, to show the world that the former heavyweight champion is nothing more than a relic of the past, and that Paul himself is the future of boxing. It's like Paul is on this relentless quest to rewrite history, to make everyone forget about Tyson's incredible achievements and instead focus on how he, Jake Paul, was the one who finally brought the legend crashing down. So if the rumors are true, and Paul really thinks he can take out Tyson with a single punch, he's probably gonna come out swinging hard from the start. He'll be looking to land that one devastating blow and end the fight quickly. But let's be real, Tyson's no pushover. He's a legend for a reason. Even though Tyson's older now, he's still got that raw power and those lightning-fast reflexes. If Paul comes charging in recklessly, Tyson might just dodge that punch and counter with a crushing hook of his own. And if Tyson lands cleanly, Paul could be in for a world of hurt. But who knows? Maybe Paul's got some tricks up his sleeve.
I just saw how Brian was acting, and 100% he was.
Do you have confidence that you can get a knockout with 14-ounce gloves?
Yeah, I know I can, and I know I will.
Does it being a pro fight add to the nerves at all?
There's no holding back. This is war now. I'm going in there, and now it's a pro fight. It's on my record, and I'm going to put him down. I think he wants to put me in the dirt and to make a statement to all the boxing that he is and was and all of these things the baddest man on the planet, and that he could still get in there at this age and put down the young buck.
So you guys are fighting 2-minute rounds?
Yeah, all his rules. So I agreed to all his rules. You know, pro fight is what he wanted. 14-ounce gloves is what he wanted. 8 2-minute rounds is what he wanted.
Who do you think benefits more from the 14-ounce gloves? Do you think you or him?
I think it's equal, just because the 14-ounce gloves are better for blocking punches. But if a punch lands, it isn't supposed to hurt as much because there's, you know, more padding in the glove.
He's young, he's hungry, and he's been training hard. If he can use his speed and agility to his advantage, he might be able to outmaneuver Tyson and wear him down over the course of the fight. It's really hard to predict how this one would go down. It could be a quick and explosive knockout, or it could turn into a drawn-out battle of attrition. Either way, it'd be one hell of a spectacle. One thing's for sure, though. We could be in for one hell of a showdown if these two ever meet in the ring. The hunger, the determination, the sheer audacity of it all. It's enough to make your head spin.
I can't believe it. Look at where I got in 4 years of boxing. It's unbelievable. I've risen to the epitome, the highest level. They clowned me. They laughed at me my whole career. I've always been the underdog. Always. No one's ever believed in me, had my back. No one's ever, said I was going to be the one. I was always, mid-level, mediocre, this, that, and the other thing. And boxing finally gave me the lane and the avenue where I was undeniable. Based off of how good and how hard I worked is how far I could get. And I think that's an inspiring story to anyone out there. But what can they say now? And not to mention the fact that from a business standpoint, with most valuable promotions and what it means for our company there, putting on this event with the biggest streaming platform there is.
Mike never gives you any time, man. He never gives you any time. He's always right in front of you. And he's just measuring you. And it's just a matter of time before he catches you. And here it is. Bing! Look at this.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Bro, he just puts him away. Just puts him away. It's an execution. It was just a matter of Mike Tyson closing the distance. This Mike Tyson, as fast as he was, as hard as he hits, I maintain he's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest heavyweight ever. Like that Mike Tyson, those fights where you wanted to see executions. You didn't think anybody was going to beat him. Everybody he fought looked like they were about to die when they were in that ring. He hasn't lost everything.
Yeah.
If you see him hit those pads,
absolutely,
he has not lost everything.
But he's lost some, but coming from the best, he's now like maybe just normal, right?
He's still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying even coming off the best, I still think he wins. Coming off,
it's hard to say because you never bet against a 27-year-old fighting a 58-year-old.
Joe Rogan allegedly said, "I don't get why Jake wants to do this. He's just asking for trouble. Tyson is way more experienced and stronger than him. It's like trying to play basketball with LeBron James. You're just gonna get hurt. I mean, I know Jake wants to prove himself, but this isn't the way to do it."
And when you brought your feelings into the ring, did that interfere with your ability to win?
Absolutely, yeah. Because once your feelings are in the ring, you think about, wow, I don't want to get hit, I'm this and that, and you're apprehensive. And once you're apprehensive, it's over with.
Mike Tyson recently sat down with Grant Cardone and allegedly made a shocking admission. According to unconfirmed reports, he's willing to destroy Jake Paul in the ring. "I will destroy him," Mike said, his words dripping with intensity. "I will take him apart piece by piece." That's not a gentle threat. It's a call to arms, a promise of brutal efficiency. Mike's not just talking about winning, he's talking about annihilating his opponent. Imagine the intensity of this showdown. Two vastly different fighters with different styles and strengths. There's no denying the excitement around this potential fight. He's not just fighting for the win, he's fighting to prove a point. He's fighting to show the world that even at his age, he's still a force to be reckoned with. Mike Tyson, the Destroyer, is coming for Jake Paul.
I have to show something after that. I'm going to be one of these guys, as long as I'm winning, I'm doing good? No. You have to overcome adversity and win again. Well, he didn't fight me again, so I had to fight someone else for the title.
And then the next fight was what?
A good friend of mine, Henry Tillman. He's Olympic gold medal. And then I fought with...
Did you beat him?
Yes. He beat me twice in the amateurs, though. And I knocked him out in the pros. I have a fight coming up June 20th, okay? Right now, I'm scared to death. But the closer it gets to the fight, the least nervous I become. And once it gets where I step in that ring, then it's all over. I'm not nervous anymore. I'm not scared anymore. He's going to be nervous and scared.
Former heavyweight champion, the one and only Mike Tyson. Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, Sean?
Listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
Hey, I will do just that for you.
So you're going out, you're going to do it for me.
Mike Tyson's confidence allegedly got a surprise recently. Rumors say that if Mike beats Jake Paul, he's ready to keep fighting. Yes, you read that right. More fights if he defeats the YouTube star. He'll keep fighting, Mike allegedly said. He'll find someone else to fight. Maybe someone younger, someone stronger. That's a bold statement, especially coming from a guy who's already had an illustrious career. Think about it. Mike Tyson, the former champ, is saying he still has it in him. He's looking for the next challenge, the next test of his skills. He's not done proving himself, and if Jake Paul is the catalyst, so be it. When Mike mentions someone younger, I imagine a mix of fear and excitement. Is he planning to take on another up-and-coming boxer? Someone looking to make a name for themselves? Or maybe even a younger version of himself, a chance to relive past glories? Regardless, Mike Tyson's words are a shot across the bow. He's sending a message to the boxing world. I'm not done yet, and I'm coming for you. I can almost hear the fight fans' whispers now. Who's next? Who's brave enough to step into the ring with Iron Mike?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's also his mind. You know, like Mike Tyson's mind has switched over into war. Like he was doing this interview and someone said to him, he goes, you look like you're in your 20s. Like, what are you doing? He goes, I just eat raw meat. He's not eating raw meat. He goes, you're eating raw meat? He goes, yeah, I'm eating raw meat. He goes, because that's what I'm going to eat when I fight. I'm going to eat him. It's raw meat.
Yeah, see,
I was like, Jesus Christ. He's in this fucking mode. He's in that God of War mode. And that he's still got that in him. And I'm telling you, if you keep giving that guy hormones and you keep giving that guy supplements and he's constantly training, here it is. Look at this.
What are you eating? Raw meat. Like, seriously, Mike. You're eating raw meat? Are you swallowing it? Or remember you used to spit that stuff out? Yeah, I'm gonna have to eat it now because my opponent's gonna be raw meat. That's right. Do you look like 20 years old?
Now, I saw the beginning of this interview where he had a shirt on, right?
Yeah.
And he was sweating so much he had to take the...
He took his shirt off and they just put the microphone on his shoulder. Yeah. Bro, he's in savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro, if I'm fighting this guy and I see he's eating raw meat, I call the fucking thing off.
It's all the experiences that he has had as a conqueror. You have to take those into consideration. When a man has smashed men before, just smashed men, like when no one can stand in front of him, that is in his mind still.